Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about investing in your first property, whether it's residential or commercial, and the benefits of doing one or the other. So a lot of people we know ask this question and they don't know the difference between the two. So we thought this is a good time to describe the benefits of buying one or the other. And I'll give you an example with buying a residential property. I bought my first residential condo in 2004. And I was really excited about it. The market was hot, but it wasn't overheated yet, but it was getting there. And I loved it. I spent about $200,000. And over the years, my friends also bought properties like it, and the price would go up for all of us. And they would sell at 250, 275, and mine stayed at 210, maybe 220. And I was excited, but I was a little bit bummed. Why were their properties doing better than mine? And what I didn't understand is that the condition of the condominium and how well it was doing would make a difference, like as in the upgrades within the building. And also the sales around it, the comps, you may have heard that term before, make a difference in how you price your residential property. And it's very important to understand that. And it's a little bit different when you go into a commercial property. So I wanted to share a little bit about that. So give me a sec. Here we go. So a residential versus a commercial property. When you're buying that residential property, you want to know that it's 1 to 4 units, meaning that it can be an individual house, a condominium, a townhouse. And if it's a condominium or a small apartment, it could be up to 4 units. The control is individual. And what I mean by that is you're buying that property. There's not usually a group of you buying that property. You yourself are buying that property and you're going out to get that loan and you're managing that property by yourself. So the loan is a recourse loan. And what that means is you're responsible for that loan. That loan is in your name and it's your job to take care of it. So if they give a percentage, if the bank says, hey, I'm going to give you 80% to cover the cost and you bring the other 20% and you take care of it and you keep paying it every month, that's a recourse loan. I also want you to understand that the conditions, the market conditions make a difference on a residential property. And what that means is if the market's doing well around that property, it will bring your property value up. But if the market is not doing so well, then it's going to have an impact and the price or the appreciation of your property might slow down for a little bit. There's also wonderful tax benefits of owning a residential property, but it's a little bit more limited than a commercial property. And that's okay. You just need to understand that going in. Again, wonderful thing. You have your own control on a residential property. You get to choose how you're going to fix things or how it's going to go. You are the one that makes the choices and you're sort of creating that master plan. But you're also needing to understand the market conditions and you have to really be on top of your tax benefits. That's your job. So when you go into a commercial property, that's usually 5 or more units. And you usually have a team on that, right? So there's a larger team, there's a management team, and then usually an investor team. And I'm talking specifically about syndication here, not joint venture. The loan is often a non-recourse loan. And what that means is that the management team is responsible for that loan, but they're not held in the same responsibility the way you are with a recourse loan, meaning it's not held against you. It's independent of your own personal credit score. It will not show up if you do a credit report on your name. All those commercial properties do not show up on your credit score. It's less dependent of market conditions. And what that means is when you have a commercial property, your job is to increase the income and the revenues coming in. You want to make the pie as big as possible because your sales price is dependent on that. So you want to manage it as well as possible, make the pie as big as possible. So when you sell, you get a higher price. There are huge tax benefits of owning a commercial property. Everything from having a cost segregation can help you with tax benefits and depreciation. You also have K1 for your general depreciation. And then, of course, you have your often dividends or splits. And we can go into that, but that is also case by case. So it's something that you don't want to miss out on. Let me put it that way. You definitely want to study that. Some of the things you want to think about is now you're part of a group. So you're giving up some control here. Usually you have a management team who are taking a lot of the liability. So that's not on you, unlike the residential property. So when you see that, you can see that there's, a lot more control in the residential property that you have, but you're also much more responsible. But a commercial property, you're part of a team, you got less control, but you also have less responsibility. And, there's a lot of tax benefits that people enjoy. So if you want to find out more about how to invest in either your own individual property or to join a team in purchasing a larger commercial property, you can reach out to me on Syndication Sisters on Facebook, or you can reach out on my Pineapple Pam website. Okay, thanks so much. Take care.